a story about the time that I stayed the night in a haunted house. I had run away from home. I could no longer handle the things that were going on there. And I had walked for several hours along the railroad tracks, and I got spooked, so I come off the railroad tracks and decided to try to find an empty house. It was this pretty little 2.5-story home. The windows were busted out. It had a tire swing in the front yard. I walked up on the porch, and I could see that the floors were littered with trash and the room's old furniture that had been left behind. So I grabbed my bag and pulled out my blanket and cozied up on the couch and drifted off to sleep. When suddenly I heard footsteps coming from upstairs. I wanted to get the hell out of there. So I stepped out and sat on the porch. And a little girl came up and sat down beside me. She really had her head in her hands. And she told me about a freak accident that had taken her head. And she said this house was over 100 years old, and that her parents had died here, and the house had been empty because family was fighting over it, the property. And then I woke up again, and I sat up on the couch, and across from me sat a little boy. A little boy who was holding a truck, a little toy truck. And he said, "Hey, I get scared sometimes here too." And I fell back asleep. And I woke up again. This time, I was on the balcony. How did I get here? And I could hear the owl hoot in the old tree. I drifted off to sleep, and I woke up again. This time, by the fireplace in the attic. It was warm, and I could hear people talking downstairs. I was scared shitless by then. And I pulled my blanket to my chin and dozed off again. And again, I woke up, this time in the yard by a tree. It was sunny out, and I could see people coming and going into the house and out of the house. 3 children and a mother and 2 older guys. And I thought, well, how could this be? And I pulled up my covers to my chin again and fell asleep. This time, I was awoken by the lights flickering. What is going on? So I got up to go sit on the porch. And before I could reach the door, a face appeared out of nowhere right in front of mine and laughed. Ha 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 ha! And disappeared. I can't handle this. So I went out and sat on the step and lit myself a cigarette. And I dozed off. This time, my sister was waking me up. It's time for school, Angie.